Hey babe, how are you doing? I'm fine, keeping myself distracted, that's all. I feel horrible for not being there with you right now. It's okay. I'll be out for 2 days. Got my work as well. Can't keep it on hold for long, or my boss will kick me out. Don't stress yourself too much, okay? It's hard not to, Jason. This place is like a gambling house right now. You won't even feel that these people buried a family member last morning. No one is grieving that man who gave these people so much. And now, all of them are thinking about how they will distribute his assets and whatnot. I feel like puking. I can't even sit in the same room with these greedy pigs. It's messy. More than messy. It's like a broken sewage, and shit is gushing all out of it. That's quite an explicit way to describe things. Sorry I made you imagine that. But it is what it is. It's okay. You just take care of yourself there. Yeah. Do you want to talk about it? No, I'm fine. But you're not, Sarah. And it's okay. I know it's hard for us to talk on call because of the crowd, but I want you to know that I will listen to you, even here. Thanks, Jason. I don't know how to process everything. It happened so soon, so suddenly that I'm having a hard time understanding everything. The last time his nurse checked on him, his vitals were fine. He was eating, took his medicines on time, but then the following day, he was just gone. No one even came to check on him for the next 3 hours. If the nurse hadn't come there, we wouldn't have even known he died in his sleep. He was not the kindest man in the world, but he had a pure heart. He might have had a temper, but he understood and helped everyone without complaining. I know he had his issues, and when I was a teenager, I used to argue with him frequently, but he still never gave up on me, neither on Esther. He always said we were the only ones treating him well, even though we used to fight a lot. And honestly, born into a messed up family, at least Esther and I could recognize the real snakes around. He taught us to stay true to ourselves. If it weren't for him, perhaps we would have also turned out like our parents. Once we grew up, we were ready to leave this family behind. But there was one person that stopped us from doing so. Grandpa. The man kept telling us not to look back and that he would look after us forever, but we refused. When he got sick, no one didn't even bother to check on him. He was living alone back then, and his neighbor called Esther and me because our parents didn't pick up their call. Luckily, we reached there on time and got him to the hospital, or else he would have died 2 years ago. If I had a family like that, I'd have broken contact with them a long time ago. I know, and now that Grandpa is gone, our only reason to be a part of this hellhole has gone with him. Once his funeral is over, I'm done with this place. Be careful, they might start pestering you for other things. I'll manage. Who is inheriting his will? The papers are still with his lawyer. He didn't have much to leave behind, but my parents and uncles are hellbent on scrapping every little piece of his will. I don't think he has left anything for them. I don't know, and I don't care, honestly. How is Esther? Trying to keep herself sane. She's not hot-headed like me, so people approach her more easily. I feel her. Being polite comes with its flaws. I know, right? She has been handling the phone calls and other things herself. Everyone else has just been drinking and chatting. I'm telling you, they are there for a funeral, but a grand party. What about the house? Is it being sold? Not really. Once the lawyer contacts us, we'd know who's getting it. I see. Stay strong, Sarah. Yeah, but it's not that easy. I never thought I'd miss that old man this much. He was the only one we considered family. He was lonely too. When Grandma passed away, he became more distant. His sons treated him like shit, but he always cared for us. For everyone, actually. But now that the man is gone, no one is shedding a single tear for him except for the two of us. He will look after you guys, don't worry. There's no certainty to that theory, Jason, but I hope I get to see him one more time. Maybe then I can tell him things I forgot to say. That how grateful I was to have him in my life. That how much I love him and miss him. He knew already, Sarah. You and Esther meant the world to him. I could say that when I first met him. He really liked you, even though he never said it to my face. I'm glad he did. I won't disappoint him. I love you, and thanks for coming here. I'd have stayed for longer. I don't want you to get involved in this shit. I'll be home soon anyway. Wait for me. Always. I love you, and take care. You too, and don't forget to feed Oscar. That cat is missing you like crazy. Jason shares a picture of Oscar. Baby, give him a lot of kisses from me. Will do. I'm looking forward to my share as well. Got it. Talk to you later. Bye. Grandpa was a difficult man, a flawed one who was not liked by many, but Grandma saw the best in him. Perhaps that's why their love was the purest. They accepted each other for who they were and always treated each other with love and care and respect. My father and uncles, though, never had any strong bond with their parents. Except for monetary benefits, they preferred to keep their distance from them. Grandma loved them, though, with all her heart. She was the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. Grandpa, though, saw through his son's facade and stayed away from them. Grandma was the only bridge between them. But 10 years ago, when she passed away, my dad and 2 uncles left him alone. My mother and aunts were similar, and they never showed any care or respect toward him, even though he helped them on multiple occasions without any complaints. As for my relationship with my parents, it was awful from the start. They were ignorant and selfish, which made me and my little sister Esther stay away from them. They always wanted a son, and with 2 daughters, all their chances were gone. They were not willing to try any more after Esther, but their despicable behavior toward us was apparent. They loved our male cousins. At the time when we were left out of our own family, Grandpa became our support. The black sheeps formed their little flock and stuck together. As we grew up, we spent more time with him. He didn't live too far from our house, and during weekends, we made sure to spend time with him. That brought us closer than ever, and as time went by, we became inseparable. Our parents didn't like that, and we even got grounded many times for standing up for Grandpa. However, once I got into college through a scholarship, I stayed away from that family. Esther became my responsibility, and Grandpa helped her get into college a year later. You can say he was the only one who helped us get through life, while our parents were busy spending money on themselves. But now that he is gone, they are prepared to take all his money. Grandpa never discussed the will he would be leaving behind with us. He always said he didn't have much and that he felt bad for not giving us more. That was one of the few heartfelt conversations we had with him, that grumpy old man. But that was enough to tell us how pure-hearted he was. Last Christmas, when we visited him with our boyfriends, he gave us his blessings. Esther and I met good men and planned to spend our lives with them, though we are unlucky to no longer have our guardian to walk us down the aisle. 4 days later. Did the lawyer contact you yet? That bastard is taking his sweet time, huh? When we are all struggling to pay bills, you are the same. Can't you see we are in trouble and need money? It's none of my business how you guys are doing. We are your parents, you ungrateful piece of shit. Show us some respect. Oh yeah, please tell me what things that'd make me respect your petty ass. It's pointless talking to you. You are just like the old man. I'll take that as a compliment. He was a better person than any of you shitheads combined. He was my father, and I am supposed to inherit his will. Don't you dare touch a single penny once that lawyer comes to announce the good news to us. You guys are sick and horrible. Grandpa was too kind to you guys. You didn't even care for him when he was ill. What have you ever done for him, huh? Calling yourself his son? I want to spit on your face right now. And what have you done for him then, huh? Left him all alone once you got into college? Used his money to make your life? When you were around screwing your boyfriend, your uncles and I took care of our father for the past 2 years. Sure, say whatever you want to me, but he knew the truth. Now stop bugging me. I have nothing to do with you guys anymore. Die, for all I care. I never even wanted you bloodsuckers in my life, and I'm glad you guys are forever gone. Even that old shithead. Finally, good things are coming our way, so don't curse our happiness. Meanwhile, hey, Esther, are you busy? No, I just got off from work. What's the matter? I wanted to talk to you about something. Go ahead. The day before Mr. Freud passed away, I had to leave early. I got a call from the crib telling me that my son had gotten sick, so I hurried up and left a few hours early. What are you trying to say? I'm not accusing anyone or anything, but one of his meds, we were out of it. Sarah had already ordered it, but I received a call from the delivery man telling me he won't be able to deliver it by night. So I asked your parents to get it and give it to him after dinner, as they were staying the night. Mr. Freud had been taking that pill for the last 8 months, as it significantly kept his blood pressure in check during sleep. But the following day, I was informed that he had passed away. Today, I went to his house to collect some of my things and noticed that those meds were never bought. When I asked your mother about it, she told me they had forgotten to get it, but then started to yell at me for accusing them of his death. That was not my intention, honestly, but now I feel like I was the one responsible. I should have known your parents didn't have that close of a relationship with your grandpa, but I thought they would at least show some compassion this time. I'm so sorry, Esther. I didn't dare say this to Sarah. You two left him in my care, and I failed. I'm so sorry. Mr. Freud was always so good to me. He helped me so much, but I couldn't take care of him till the end. If only I hadn't rushed out and gotten that medicine myself, this wouldn't have happened. Do you think my parents intentionally didn't give him the meds? No, but you know how they are. They never cared much anyway, and I've known them for the past 2 years to get a good idea about their personalities. If not for my negligence, this would not have happened. I'm so sorry, Esther. I don't know how ever to face you guys. It wasn't your fault, Kelly. You did everything you could for Grandpa. He knows that too. As for my parents, they are full of shit. And I know they didn't do anything intentionally. They are not that smart to kill our grandpa. But they are ignorant enough to forget about his poor health. It's fine. Don't feel responsible for his death. He lived well, and he died knowing there were people who genuinely cared for him. Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel ashamed for making this confession here, but thank you for always being so understanding. Let's meet up this weekend. I'll ask Sarah too. Okay, let's do that. Take care. As I finished my talk with my father, I received a call from Esther telling me what Kelly had told her. My heart sank at the revelation. Those bastards forgot to buy one damn medicine for Grandpa. She let out a frustrated yell. I had never heard the calm and collected Esther break like that. I understood her sentiments. It's okay, Esther. I tried to calm her down. If only I had been there, I'd have hugged her right and cried with her. Just forget about it. They let him die, sis. They murdered him. Karma will get to them, but just remember, Grandpa lived a good life, and he knew we loved him. I wish I could repay for everything he had done for me. He would have rejected that right away with a scoff. This made her chuckle. You're right, she said, sniffling. I miss him, Sarah. So do I. I asked Kelly to meet us this weekday. Will you be free? Yeah, let's do that. As I hung up, I had the sudden urge to break into my parents' house and beat the shit out of them. But what was the point now? All I could do was sit down and cry, hoping for some form of justice. Surprisingly, it did happen. The next day, I got a call from Grandpa's lawyer. Me, Esther, and Kelly were asked to meet him at Grandpa's house. Once we reached there, we saw our parents and relatives waiting like vultures, ready to snatch every minor asset of Grandpa's. But once the lawyer entered and started announcing who would inherit his will, their eyes popped out of their sockets. Grandpa had left his house to Kelly, as she was financially struggling as a single mother with 3 children. As for Esther and I, Grandpa and Grandma had secretly opened a joint account years ago. And the total amount saved till now was $4 million. And he left all the money in for us. Nothing was left for his sons, and the lawyers made it very clear that they could not forcefully take anything from us, as Grandpa had precisely mentioned in his will that we three are his only family and the inheritors of his property. He had also left a letter for all of us, which the lawyer read out loud for all of us in the room. While I was alive, I gave my sons whatever they asked for. That was their mother's dying wish from me. But these three girls, they never asked for anything from me and only gave me so much. So the day I leave this world, this little token of love is what I'll be leaving for them. Use them wisely. Kelly, take care of your kids. You are an amazing mother. Esther, you don't need to repay me anything. You have given this old man enough. And Sarah, start that business you were telling me about. I hope this money will be enough for that. Our parents didn't bother to listen to the entire thing and left the place in fury and helplessness. But as for us, our eyes welled up with tears. We felt grateful, loved. Even in death, he took care of us. Today, no longer do we have any contact with our nasty family. Kelly is living fine with her kids, while Esther has chosen to start her own old age house. As for me, my business is still new in the market, but it's picking up the pace. Esther and I will soon be getting married on the same day. Life is going fantastic, and it's all thanks to the man I will cherish to my last breath.